Welcome to Roscoe Squeeze Off, the podcast. It's your boy Roscoe Squeeze Off of Show on the Go, of course. But when I'm Roscoe Squeeze Off the podcast, I'm just doing strictly sports. So I want to weigh in really quickly about this Patrick Mahomes $500 million contract thing. Hey, all I can say is this: 3 years in the league, well earned. 2 seasons, 2 amazing seasons, well earned. I think he didn't bet on himself. I think a long-term contract locks in security. I think with his play, if he plays at this level, he can make more money in the future. I guess he can still, because he'll still be able to renegotiate and things of that nature if he needs to, because I think people will pass him. He's going to end up making about 40-something million a year, and I think people will actually pass that. But the reason for my weighing in today, I think the Kansas City Chiefs messed up. Now, he has a chance to win the next 3 to 5 years. So, because of how they set the contract up and they structured it, they actually have a good chance to win. And I understand what they're doing. They want to knock away any issues, any hassles, anything of like what the Cowboys are going through now, where your quarterback's unhappy. So, I fully understand them. As a fan of the Ravens, I hope we do no such thing. I hope we trade Lamar Jackson before we get to some astronomical numbers. Reason being is high-paid quarterbacks don't win Super Bowls. That's the only reason. That is the only reason. And let me I jump right into this. I didn't even let you know I'm the world's foremost authority on all things that matter. I usually always say at the very beginning. I need to say it right now. The world's foremost authority on all things that matter. High-paid quarterbacks don't win Super Bowls. All right, let's look at percentage of teams capped. I think the highest guy to ever be the Super Bowl champion win that year, the highest percentage of his team's cap was, let me look it up right here, Steve Young, 1994. Am I wrong? Let me see. Eli Manning. It's only 3 quarterbacks have eaten up 10% of their team salary cap and won a Super Bowl. Eli Manning in 2011, 11.7%. Peyton Manning in 2006, 10.4%. And Brent Favre in 1996, 10.2%. Remember, Brady has won a bunch of Super Bowls, but he's averaged around 6.4% of his team's salary cap. It just doesn't happen, man. You just let me look at the highest paid quarterbacks in the league, right? Let me pull it up. Highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL in history. Let's just see what that will pull up. All right, so I see Matt Ryan on the list, no Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers, he won a Super Bowl, I think, almost 10 years ago. And when he won a Super Bowl, he wasn't the highest paid. He got his money. He hasn't won anything since. Ben Roethlisberger, another one. Won a couple of Super Bowls. Made the 3. Well, when he made the 3rd one, I think he was getting the money, but he didn't win. Russell Wilson, big contract now. Went to 2 Super Bowls back to back when he was not getting, he was on a rookie contract. Matthew Stafford, never been to Super Bowl. Drew Brees won a Super Bowl when he didn't get the big money yet. Remember, he was in the league for a while, but he had to reprove his shoulder. He had a shoulder injury. He had to reprove himself. And then now he's getting big money. Has yet to win a Super Bowl since. Eli Manning, 2 Super Bowls early. Actually, I think Eli Manning has made the most money of any quarterback in history or any player in the NFL. But he got most of his money at those 2 Super Bowls, and he's yet to go back. Phillip Rivers, never been. Tom Brady, as we know what he's done by taking these discounts. Jimmy Garoppolo made it to Super Bowl last year, did not win with his big money. Alex Smith never got there. Carson Wentz got his money after they went to the Super Bowl, and he wasn't the one that won it, but he was on the winning team. He was the catalyst for taking them there that season. But it was a rookie contract, and since he's got his money, they have failed. Peyton Manning, for a number of years, he made it there a couple times with the big money, did not win it until his very end when he limped in and his defense carried him across. Brent Favre, Early in his career, he made it. When he got really big money throughout the rest of his career, after those 2 Super Bowls back-to-back, 1 win, 1 loss, he never made it back. Patrick Mahomes, or Jared Goff, he made it, got the big money. Team fell off last year. Now, that might just be an anomaly. We'll see. And then Patrick Mahomes won it last year, so we'll see what he does. But teams typically don't win Super Bowls when you have a quarterback eating up a large percentage of your cap. Joe Flacco took a team to the Super Bowl, had 11 touchdowns, no interceptions in the playoff series. They had a great team. He gets the big money, highest paid player in the league. Next thing you know, what happens? He lost Anquan Bolden, he lost a few defenders. Team fell apart. It was no longer the same championship caliber team. I just don't. I almost wonder if it's a theory, and I think I did a show on this before. If you look back at my shows, but if it's a theory, if I had a theory, and I understand GMs need to make money and need to have security, and quarterbacks give you security because you always have a chance. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. First of all, it's free. The creation tool allows you to record and edit a podcast right from your phone, tablet, computer, what have you. Anchor will distribute the podcast for you so you can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and many more. You make money right from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. All you have to do is download the Anchor app. Go to anchor.fm to get started. Once again, that's anchor.fm to get started making your own podcast today. So if you're the GM of the Saints with Drew Brees, and you keep Drew Brees on your team, if you keep Pat Mahomes, you keep a job. I understand. But if you want to take a chance and win Super Bowls, I almost wonder if it's better. Trade your quarterback. Get as much talent as you can. Draft really well. Get young rookie talent. Have systems that fit your young rookie talent. Perfect example, the Ravens. Do not pay Lamar Jackson the farm in a year or two. Do not do it. Get some young talent. If you trade him, you may get a king's ransom. You may get a number 1 or 2 pick. Maybe 2 number 1 picks. Maybe a number 1 and number 2, and some more picks along the way, and a player or 2. And get yourself another quarterback that can run, and get another system that keeps your system running well, or change your system to the quarterbacks that you do get. But don't endear yourself or entrap yourself to having to have great play or a phenomenal play for you. All right, perfect example. Russell Wilson has to carry his team and do everything. They had a good team all around. They had to get rid of everybody. And it's just Russell Wilson being magnificent. He ain't getting no Super Bowls no more. He ain't winning none. That's my point. It might be better to keep getting guys on rookie contracts, or with a nice seasoned veteran that you know, like a Nick Foles, somebody that can come in and win you a Super Bowl if you make it almost there. If something goes on with your first one, that may be your best option. It doesn't have a history of guys eating up 12, 13, 14, 15, 20% of your cap and winning Super Bowls. It hasn't happened. Tom Brady has always took a discount. So if you can't get your guy to take a discount, trade his ass if you're the Ravens. I'm using them because they're my team. But I mean, insert your team there as well. And go for a Super Bowl win. Have a complete team. Have the best defense possible. You know, what you saw what Denver did, and you saw what the Ravens did back in the day, in Tampa Bay, and the Bears of the 85. So defense can win your championship in itself. But get the best talent possible. All around. I just don't think one guy at quarterback paid a lot of money is going to win you Super Bowls. Yeah, you'll be competitive. Aaron Rodgers has been competitive for years. They ain't won nothing. You see what I'm saying? Eli Manning was competitive for a while. They fell the hell off, and he made a ton of money. Highest paid player in history of football. Drew Brees, been competitive, setting all type of records, all type of numbers. Yes, your team is ended every year. You're hoping every single year, and you can say, yeah, a ball bounces right here or there. Official makes a correct call here or there. Yes, you're absolutely right. But either way, you ain't winning, and he making a ton of money. Kirk Cousins is now making a bunch of money. You ain't gonna win nothing like that. Rookie quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Cam Newton before he got the money, taking Carolina really far, won the MVP before he got the big money. Matt Ryan taking his team before he got super money. He had good money, but he didn't have super money, and he didn't win it all. You see what I'm saying? He didn't win it all when he went. But I'm talking about just teams that even went there. But it's best, if you want to win it, you need a quarterback that is a contract-friendly quarterback that will fit a system you can build around him, or have a quarterbacks that fit that system. And just have good talent. Team like, I'm just using the Ravens because it's my team. Listen, if you give it to Lamar, you get another good running quarter. I don't care if you got to get a Cam Newton in a year or two, if he's on a discount. And you could get if you could get a Trevor Lawrence, if you could trade and with whoever has the first pick in the draft and get Trevor Lawrence from Clemson. I mean, it's just so many options. Keep him on a rookie contract and trade him in a few years. It's just so many options. I just don't want to be hamstrung by a guy who's taking up 15% of the cap or more, and you're depending so much on this guy to be Superman every single week. And anytime he falls just a smidgen short, you lose. I.e. Russell Wilson. That's all I got to say. Let me know what you think. I'm keeping it short today because it was really about Patrick Mahomes. They have a chance, man. They have a chance. Don't get me wrong. They got some good talent on that team. But in a few years, they're gonna struggle to hold some of that talent. In a few years, that talent is going to struggle. And that's where the problem comes in. You know, right now, if they can keep that talent together for another 2 years, yes, they have a good 2-3 years, they have a chance. But in a few years, they're going to have to make adjustments. They're going to need Pat to come back to the table. Well, then definitely within 6 years. But probably earlier than that, to come back to the table to renegotiate. And if he doesn't, or if it doesn't go right, you're going to struggle to hold guys. And you're going to also depend on this guy to be amazing. God forbid he get an injury or anything go wrong, because if he can't be amazing and he's not worthy of his contract, I don't know, man. I just think it's a fluid league. Your Tom Brady's and your Drew Brees are not a diamond dozen. They are diamonds in the rough, or it's a bunch of rough area and they just happen to be a diamond there. It's very few of those guys who are going to be around 20 years of excellent play. You're going to have a lot of guys who are going to be a blast in a cloud of smoke, and then boom, they start to fall off. So let me know what you guys think. Hit me up, Roscoe Squeeze Off at gmail.com, and then our links are always on there. Like I said, the link has our Show on the Go podcast on there, but I'm always the very bottom one for sports. Once again, it's your boy Roscoe Squeeze Off for the Roscoe Squeeze Off podcast, world's foremost authority in all things that matter. Until next time, peace.